U.S. administrations have long been neutral on the sovereignty of Jerusalem. But on Wednesday, President Trump announced that the U.S. now recognizes the city as the Israeli capital. The city's status has been a source of tension between Israelis and Palestinians for decades, and the global community is expressing deep concern that the move will only make that worse. Unshin has this story.
I have determined that it is time to officially recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. I've judged this course of action to be in the best interests of the United States of America and the pursuit of peace between Israel and the Palestinians.
With this statement, U.S. President Trump reversed 70 years of U.S. policy in the Middle East. He added that plans to move the U.S. embassy to Jerusalem are also underway, though the process might take a few years. Israeli President and Prime Minister hailed the announcement and encouraged other nations to also move their embassies. In Palestine, however, hundreds of angry protesters took to the streets of Gaza and burned U.S. and Israeli flags, while Palestinian leader Mahmoud Abbas warned of dangerous consequences.
These denounced and rejected measures create deliberate constraints to all the efforts towards realizing peace and reflect the United States' withdrawal from practicing its role as a peace mediator.
Israeli sovereignty over the entire city of Jerusalem isn't accepted by the global community, and its status is considered an issue that should be resolved through negotiations between Israelis and Palestinians. Although Trump said the U.S. is not taking a position on how the city should be divided, leaders around the world expressed concern that the move could widen the gap between Israel and Palestine.
In this moment of great anxiety, I want to make it clear there is no alternative to the two-state solution. I will do everything in my power to support the Israeli and Palestinian leaders to return to meaningful negotiations.
At the request of 8 members, including France and Britain, the UN Security Council is convening an emergency meeting over the controversial decision scheduled to take place in New York on Friday. Unshin, Arirang News.